want better performance from your Ram 1500? I'm Jodi from Core Offroad. I'm going to share with you the results I got from installing a new Manta exhaust system. So let's get started. I'm off to do the first dyno run at Modified. Okay, we've just dropped the car off, Dave. What are we going to do today?
So I'm going to run it up on the dyno. Basically this is just to get a basic figure, average horsepower and torque, to see what it's making from the factory. So then once you go and put your Manta exhaust system on there, we can put it back on the dyno and see the gains that it's made in torque and horsepower, just with an exhaust change on its own, and also fuel economy as well. So this will just give us a good indication of where everything's at from factory, to the difference that you can make just by putting a Manta exhaust system on, yeah, we'll see where it lands.
Now let's hit the road for the economy test. So the bit that everyone wants to know, the fuel consumption. I've chosen a 1 hour long route with both around town and highway driving to try and give us the most realistic fuel consumption for the 1500. So I'll be doing this same route once the new Manta exhaust system has been fitted to show the consumption levels for pre and post exhaust fitment. So we're about halfway through the trip now. We're sitting on about 10.8 litres per 100, and I've tried to keep the cruise control on for most of the trip to get the most accurate results as possible. So now that the dyno test and the economy run is completed, we're back to Core Offroad to get the Manta exhaust fitted. From humble beginnings as a small exhaust shop, Manta now boasts 2 dedicated locations from where they manufacture and wholesale their extensive range of exhausts for street, off-road and race vehicles. We love supporting local here at Core Offroad, and Manta is a family business manufacturing their products right here in WA. Now before we head back to Modified for the second dyno test, let's compare the sound before and after the Manta exhaust fitment. I'll let you be the judge of the new system over the factory one. Let's see how it goes back on the dyno.
Okay, Jodi, so we got your car back after you fitted the Manta exhaust system, and we've now run it up on the dyno to see if it's actually made any difference, and to my surprise it's actually made a substantial difference under everything under 4,000 RPM. There's a difference across the board, but the most noticeable difference is sort of around that 1,700 RPM mark all the way up to 4,000 RPM. Just with the catback system, it's made about roughly a 25-30 horsepower gain between those RPMs and an 80 to 100 Newton meter gain in torque, which is quite impressive realistically, especially when that's probably where you're driving the car more often than you are when you're actually giving it to it. So it's daily driving is going to drive around that area, so you're actually going to notice the difference in performance. It's yeah, and there should be some fuel economy gains there within reason, but yeah, surprised about how much it's made the car breathe a lot better and actually make a bit more power through the whole rev range.
So here we are on the second run. The Manta exhaust system's been fitted, and I don't know if you guys are going to hear the true sound through the video, but I can tell you it sounds awesome. I'm actually so excited, and it's hard not to put your foot down because it sounds unreal. But that's not going to help our fuel economy test. So I've got the cruise control on to try and keep the results as accurate as possible. And we're doing the same 1 hour long route around town and some highway driving. So stay tuned and we'll see what results we get. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the lap now. We're sitting at 9.3 litres per 100 kilometres. it's such an incredible result. I'm really surprised actually, and that's such a huge win the way that fuel prices are at the moment. We are down over 1 litre since the first run. So in conclusion, with a fuel reduction of 1.6 litres for every 100 kilometres, the decision to upgrade is easy. Not only will you save $2.90 for every 100 kilometres, you can sound tough while you're doing it. And to boot, the dyno results speak for themselves. With a massive increase of 100 Newton meters of torque and 30 horsepower at 2500 RPM, you will surely notice the difference with your new Manta exhaust system. So if you want a Manta exhaust fitted to your car, contact us at Core Offroad.